Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer. The President's Day race of the day is race number 9 at Oaklawn Park, Kentucky Derby prep event, going a mile and a 16th. Obviously for 3-year-olds, it's the Grade 3 Southwest. $500,000 is the purse. We have a big field. Here it is, and I want to remind everybody, head on over to the race of the day event page on drf.com. Download those free Formulator Pass performances and handicap along with us, although the number 3 Uncontested is going to be pretty tough in here.
Yeah, he's supposed to be really tough in here. He looked pretty good last time winning that Smarty Jones. I know it was a wet track, and he had an easy time getting loose on the lead in there, but boy, he was strong all the way around the track in there, wasn't he?
Now, it was a sealed, sloppy track, and he did get away early, but boy, he popped a big Beyer speed figure of 96. Now he has two numbers, the 89 from his debut, the 96 from his last race, and the only time he lost, well, he took on McCracken, probably one of the top 5 3-year-olds in the country.
Yeah, and he ran fine in that race, too. It was just his second career start, stretching out off of a maiden win. I mean, he ran fine in there to be fourth, beating 5 lengths. There's still some questions about him. I think he's a really talented horse, and I like that he's got real easy speed. It doesn't look like they have to work to get the lead with him. He's just a fast horse. We'll see how far he ultimately wants to go, and we'll see if he takes a little bit more pressure on the lead in this race, because it feels like in a big field like this one, somebody's got to push this horse along on the front end.
And you would think one of the likely horses to go with him down on the rail, Cool Arrow. Now, Cool Arrow is also cross-entered in the Risen Star next week. It could be a big scratch, and it could really help Uncontested if Cool Arrow withdraws. If not, this horse has some speed, and Brian Hernandez Jr. is going to use it from the rail.
I would think that he's got basically one way to go from the rail in this race. If they decide to run here, he's got to be part of the pace in here. He's going to have to improve to beat a field like this one, and it's not going to be easy if he's trying to make the front with Uncontested going along with him, but he's supposed to be up there early.
But if he does start in this race, there's a good chance that this pace will be hot. Would set up likely for the 4. Looking at Lee, winner of the Ellis Park Juvenile in his 3rd lifetime start, and he took on some of the top 2-year-olds last year. Second to not this time in the Iroquois. Second to Classic Empire in the Breeders' Futurity. And in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, he picked up some tired horses late over a track that probably didn't play to his style.
Probably not. This horse is fine. I don't love this running style that he has, where he just sits it out way at the back, and then tries to pass everybody through the stretch, but he runs every time. He's a pretty cool little horse, and obviously he's one of those horses, good 2-year-old, he could take a step forward, and he's going to catch some pace to run at.
He is a one-run closer. He's going to need a little bit of luck and a little bit of pace, like the 5, Rowdy the Warrior, who finished a well-beaten 3rd by Uncontested in the Smarty Jones Stakes. Has the same running style as Looking at Lee. Would you rather have Looking at Lee?
Yeah, most likely, although Looking at Lee probably much shorter price than this horse. We'll see. I didn't really want, and I know it was a sloppy track, and so I don't want to get too caught up in the horses that were so far behind Uncontested last time, but I didn't. If I'm looking for alternatives to him, I don't want the horses that he just beat.
Rubber match of sorts between the 7 Warriors Club and the likely favorite Uncontested. Warriors Club actually finished ahead of Uncontested when he was 3rd in the Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club to close out his juvenile campaign for Wayne Lucas. Uncontested drubbed him in the slop last time out.
Right, he just never got involved in that race, but he did run a little bit better than that in his 2-year-old finale. I guess this horse was at least headed the right way at the end of last year, could take a step forward. Lucas's horses, they really overperform at Oaklawn.
Petrov, the number 8, never out of the exacta from 3 lifetime starts, and he was the one chasing Uncontested in the early portion of the Smarty Jones last time out. I think he's going to let someone else do the dirty work this time, and probably a good trip is coming from stalking range under Jose Ortiz.
Yeah, maybe he can get a better one. Not that he had a bad one last time. It's just hard to chase a horse all the way around the track, especially a horse who's a little bit better than you, and he did chase him the entire way and just couldn't get anywhere near him. He's going to have to do better here.
Lucas has Warriors Club. He also has the 9 Dilettante, a rare bargain. Son of Unbridled Song, only cost $7,000, and I guess he put it all together last time out. I'm not sure I believe that 88 Beyer speed figure, but if you do believe it, all of a sudden he's a fringe contender at a big price.
We'll see if he can back it up, because he did take a huge step forward last time.
Hence goes out for trainer Steve Asmussen. This horse has really seemed to improve since being stretched out in distance. Last time out on the undercard of the Smarty Jones, he was able to get up at a mile and a 16th. He had a little bit of trouble. He seems very green.
Yeah, he does. I have no problem with this horse. If for anybody who just sort of was looking for a better price and maybe trying to find a horse who could improve quickly and step forward, this might be him. He feels like he's still got some learning to do, but he is starting to head the right way, this horse.
The 13 Chief Know-It-All has won twice in his career. He beat winners over the Oaklawn Strip most recently on January the 27th. He was kind of up close to a rather moderate pace that day. He's going to have to do it a different way this time around. Also a tough outside post. He beat PC Cowboy last
Getting
night.
post 13 does not help this horse. He's okay, but I mean, he's a horse who sort of wants to be forward and be involved with the pace. Are you going to send him from post 13?
I think he's going to be sent to at least get position. But at the end of the day, it's going to be hard to even imagine him getting within hailing distance of the early leaders with Cool Arrow if he runs, and certainly Uncontested, expected to show big speed. Time to show our selections for the Grade 3 Southwest, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day. Tell us about the number 2, Silver Dust. Corey Lannery likes to ride the rail. Good inside post. I'm expecting him to be mid-pack, saving ground.
I don't know if this is necessarily the spot for him. This horse can run, though. He ran really well. He was very green first time out after not breaking at all, but he actually raced on in that race. He was pretty impressive breaking his maiden last time. He's got to go 2 turns. He's got to do it off the layoff, but he appears to be training very forwardly for his 3-year-old debut. I loved his win last time. I think he can go forward off of that. Whether he does it in the Southwest or not, I don't know. But if he's a fairly decent price, I'm going to take a little shot that he can do
10 to 1 on the number 2, Silver Dust, on the track's morning line. Silver Dust sold for a lot of money, as to be expected, as a son of champion stallion Tappet. Let's talk a little bit about Todd Pletcher's runner, the number 11 one-liner. You liked his debut at Saratoga. Came back a pretty live race. He had 2-year-old problems. He bucked shins after that race. Todd brought him down to Gulfstream, and surprise, surprise, he was able to get it done with the typical Pletcher trip, tracking on the outside. He's going to have to stretch out around 2 turns for the first time. What do you think about that? There was a little bit of pedigree, Albertus Maximus, a couple of other nice horses underneath. The main concern for me, I think this horse has some talent, is, boy, isn't he going to get bet?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know what kind of price you can really get on him, especially because now he's got the 87 showing. On the other hand, he can't be the favorite. Uncontested is going to be the favorite in here, and I like both of his races. He was good first time out. He was better second time out. We'll see if he stretches. It feels like Todd had a race like this in mind off of that last run. They rode him past the wire like they were going to stretch him out. Here they are. This horse can run a little bit.
Uncontested, the horse to beat in our race of the day. Kentucky Derby qualifying point prep race, the Southwest. Mike, though, will take a shot against him with the 2, Silver Dust. I'll go with the 11, one-liner. If you are playing the Holiday Monday card from home, $300 sign-up bonus just waiting for you at drf.com/trifecta. Join DRF Bets for a huge bonus. Approximate post time for the Grade 3 Southwest, 5:09 Central Time on Monday. Best of luck.